Becky here from Crochet Frog, and welcome to my channel and welcome to my frog vlog. So I've decided, as well as the tutorials on my channel, I'm going to start a little vlog just to just kind of share with you what I do in my days and what my plans are and what my whips are and how they're going, because this week is going back to school week. Yay! So hopefully I'm going to be getting lots of work done. So I've got lots of plans. I've got ear warmers on the go at the moment, so I'm using up some of the yarn. If you saw my ear warmer tutorials, you'll see that I used some of this Yarnsmith's yarn, so I'm just finishing off. There will be dog noise in the background, FYI. I'm just using up some of this yarn, finishing off my ear warmers, while I contemplate what's next. So what is next is finishing off these. I have a project on the go that is on my desk, but it is a challenge that was set for me by one of my Patreon froggy besties. So that will be being uploaded over there. I've got lots of other whips on the go, but first and foremost, I'm going to try and get these ear warmers done. And then the next thing on the agenda is Halloween decoration-y things. So I will show you what I'm up to with that as well. Yay! So yesterday, it's a new day today. Yesterday I wound up my yarn that I had from Vinted and I weighed them, and it turns out I have 3 whole balls, 300 grams. So now I just need to think of something to make with them. So any ideas, drop me a comment, because it's one of those yarns that you look at and you think, oh, that's pretty. And then it'll sit in the cupboard for weeks and weeks and months and months. You know the ones. You've got yarn like that. So today I'm going to carry on, I think, making ear warmers. I swapped my basket over that I had my, I had a whip in that I decided was just a summer whip. So that was going to go. And yesterday I started making Halloween wind spinners. Now I know I used my stash. Look at this little bat guy. I used my stash, and this is very thin yarn, this black. So to make these properly now, I need to order some cotton that's all in the same weight, because I have started these ones. Look at it. These ones, which are going to be spinners as well, are in Yarnsmith's DK cotton. So I need to get some black Yarnsmith's DK cotton and do them the same weight, because I think that'll make the back guy a little bit stiffer. And possibly, I did it with a 4mm hook, so possibly I might go down to a 3.5. But we'll see. I will. Those will be put to one side for now. I'm going to crack on with these ear warmers today. It's school goes back tomorrow, so my little boy is with his dad today, so I'm just going to take the last day of the summer holidays. I've been labeling school uniform this morning. I'm tired today. So yeah, I'm just going to have a chill day. I'm going to listen to Morbid and make some ear warmers. Because later on in the week then I do need to, I've got a lot of ear warmers and scarves that I need to photograph and get up on the website. because they're not going to sell sitting in that box. And they're beautiful. So I'm going to do that. So yeah, listen to Morbid, make some ear warmers is the order of my day.
It has worn away, but underneath is the purple.
It's the original purple that you put. Oh my god, that's creepy.
And nobody knows who this is that leaves the purple flowers.
Yeah. Who are you?
I don't know, but I want to.
Wait, why do you do that?
Why do you do that? So now, fast forward to 2019. Susan Benson, the grounds manager and head gardener at the hotel at that time, was just overseeing some landscaping on the backgrounds. She's into
exploring the catacombs, and they've done like a lot to map out these hidden places. Like, they're very dedicated to it, and they know everything about it. They've found, you know, hidden little like swimming pools, which like you don't want to swim in stagnant water. They found ritualistic setups down there. That is scary.
the way that you went from like swimming pools to ritualistic setups.
Okay, so I'm just sitting here pondering, making my ear warmers. So this one I'm nearly done with, and this is the herringbone rib. So I've been asked by one of my froggy besties on my Patreon to maybe do some hand warmers to go along with the ear warmers, and I think I know which stitch I'm going to use. And then all of a sudden it occurred to me, well, maybe I could make a ear warmer in the same stitch, and then there'd be a matching set. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish this ear warmer, and if I do, obviously I will then do a tutorial for the other ear warmer to go with the hand warmers. This is what happens when I'm sat here getting a glimpse into my brain. And then also at the same time I'm thinking, did I buy fruit for snack boxes? And is the dog okay because he hasn't eaten all of his food? And, you know, I'm sure you know. I'm sure you do the same. So anyway, yeah, crochet-wise, seagulls outside. Crochet-wise, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish off this one. And then I've got in this basket here, so I have got some yarn because I'm going to do some like bonfire night type kits to go with ear warmer pattern that I've actually got, the written pattern that I've got. But I have got this one in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another ear warmer in the stitch that I fancy using for the gloves, and then I'm going to dive in and see if I can figure out how to put in ribbon and thumb holes and things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll keep you posted. It's very strange talking into a camera. People aren't supposed to do this.
Yeah, and so they know, but I think it's the safest way to approach it so that you can, because I think it's better to go like too less than too much, because it's easier to add than pull back.
And you need all the information before you incite mass panic.
Exactly. But with the introduction of the FBI, people were starting to be like, I'm thinking this might be.
Hey, it is tomorrow today. Yesterday it would have been tomorrow. Today is just today. So I finished my Suzette stitch ear warmer. There it is. It's gorgeous and a lovely stitch to do. So now I am in the process of doing some ribbing to go around the cuff, and we are going to make some fingerless gloves in this stitch, definitely. And I am trying to keep a count of my rows. Got plenty of this one left, so hopefully I'm going to make 2 because they come in pairs. that will match this. So yeah, I'm excited. So I am going to do this ribbon until, because I want to try and make these made to measure again, because it's so difficult. It's what I find with wearables and hats and things. So everybody's tension is different. So you can say, oh, if you use a DK weight yarn and a 4mm hook or a 5mm hook, then this will fit you if you're a size 10, and it might not necessarily. So I find obviously it's difficult if you're making them to gift to somebody, but if you're making things for yourself, then let's just make our ribbon until it fits my wrist, which I think we're almost there, to be honest. So yeah. I have just ordered cotton for the Halloween spinners. So I needed black. So obviously I ordered black and orange and purple and green and white and red. Because I thought, ooh, I could do Christmas spinners. So yeah, I've done that. So that's something off my list. So now I just need to wait. I need to wait on that black so that I can redo my bat so that he's not so floppy. Because yeah, I want to get that tutorial up soon, because it's all of a sudden it's the burr months, isn't it? September, October, November, December, which are my favourite. And we're getting there. So I'm doing the Suzette stitch again. I have done my ribbon. I ended up doing 24. I've got quite skinny wrists, so I ended up doing 24 for my wrist, 24 rows. So I'm going to do the Suzette stitch up now until I want to put my thumb hole in, and then we will figure out how to do that. I think perhaps just doing a few chains and skipping a few stitches, but again, it can be a made to measure type thing. You can do, you know, some people got big thumbs. Milo is okay. He's eating his food today, so that's good. We went for a walk today in the rain. And now he's snoozing. Guarding the yarn, as he likes to do. I set him up a whole armchair of his very own in this room, with a blanket on, and Milo's little throne. Do you think he wants to sleep on it? No. Wants to sleep in his dirty old bed, guarding the yarn. He's a good guard dog. It's the most important thing in the house to guard. I can guard the kids. I think this stitch is actually quite good for these, because it's got quite a lot of stretch in it. And because I've done, what earwarmers did I do? I did herringbone rib. So possibly I could do a whole rib with a thumb hole to match the herringbone one. And I did a rice stitch, which would look lovely in hand warmers. And waffle stitch, which might be a bit more difficult to get a thumb hole in, but worth a go, Be lovely and warm. I am not going to have cold ears or cold neck or cold hands out of my dog walks this year. Maybe one more row and I'll try it on again. And then I must take some photographs of these ear warmers today. I'll use my my head that I've got my bucket hat on up there at the moment. So yes, let's finish this row and then we'll try it on again and see where we are. Very pretty. I don't know if it might end up being a bit tight, although as we know with yarny things it's better to have it too tight to begin with, because the more you slip them on and off, the looser they'll get. Depends where I want the cuff to be. Do I want it actually on my wrist? If I do, then this might be a good point actually to put in some thumb holes. So let's experiment. So let's do one more Suzette stitch and then a single there. Then I'm going to 1, 2, 3, maybe chain 4. Maybe chain 6. 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and go into that one and do another Suzette stitch. I'm going to go all the way around to the beginning of the row and then we'll try it on again. This is the fun part. This is also where the frogging comes in, but nothing wrong with a bit of frogging if it helps you create something wonderful. So that join with a slip stitch, and let's see if my thumb, ooh, that's quite nice. That's quite cozy for me, for my thumb. But again, it's going to be a chain as many as you need to chain and skip as many as you need to skip to fit your thumb in. I may even figure out a small, medium and large stitch count for the tutorial, which might be preferable for some people. So yeah, not bad. I'm going to carry on with this and I will update you when I get a bit further, and pray I don't need to frog too much. Done. And it fits snugly. So I think it's safe to say that this will be a small sizing, although I may make another pair and up the stitch count, maybe just 1 or 2, and see if that fits me better. But for a first attempt, not bad. Got my thumb hole in there. The stitch is looking lovely. So yeah, I think I need to tweak the stitch count a bit. These are perfect for me, but I do have really small hands. So I'm going to make another one because I can then keep these ones. I may even keep this as well, so I've got a matching set. So yeah, I'm going to tweak the stitch count a little bit, but I'm going to make another one in this size for moi. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So I've written down all my numbers and figures and things. So the trick now is to try and make one exactly the same for the other hand. But yeah, happy. Boop. So I think I am going to leave it there for my first attempt at a vlog. Hopefully there's not too much rambling, and as with my tutorials, hopefully I'll get better the more I do. So yeah, this was my first episode. Hope you enjoyed, and there will be another one in the coming days where I will be doing my Halloweeny stuff, and I'll be working on some other whips as well. So thanks for joining me, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed my rambling messiness. Yeah, thanks. Bye. See you next time.